Charlotte Full World Sports Show here with Coach Randy Waldrum. You guys defeat Sky Blue by a score of 3-0. What is it about the road? You guys seem to pick up all your wins on the road.
Yeah, I just joked with the girls. I said maybe we need to move all of our games on the road since we're doing well for us on the road. But, you know, I just think we've worked really hard early in the season and lost some tough ones that I think we could have gotten some points out of. And I think we're just slowly finding our way now. And I think some of that experience that a lot of our young players got early on is starting to pay dividends for us.
Yeah, especially with the expansion team. I mean, are you seeing that it's just taking a little bit longer for you to gel, but you guys are coming together really well now?
Well, I've felt like all along that we haven't looked like a typical expansion team. You know, we've outside of the game where we had an ejection against Kansas City, we've played everybody really close, you know, and usually when you think of an expansion team, you think of them losing 3-4, 5-0 and, you know, having a really, really tough year. And we've been in all the games, so I knew it was a matter of time of just making a complete game. You know, we were giving up goals early at the beginning of the season and then giving up late goals. And the last few games we've been a little bit better about stretching it out and not conceding so much early. And then, of course, tonight not conceding a goal. This is the first time we got a clean sheet all season. So I just think we're slowly getting to where we want to be.
What's the morale been like the team? You guys, like you said, you've had those tight games, but it seems like you guys have just stuck together. There's no bad rumors or players fighting, but it seems like you guys have just been like a family.
I've been amazed. You know, I had a couple of teams at Notre Dame like this where you just knew you had a special team with not only talent but with chemistry, and this is one of those. I think a lot of teams in this league with the makeup of the teams, if they'd lost 7 games like we have and lost the way we had, I think there'd be a lot of finger pointing and a lot of in-house fighting. And this team has stayed together the whole time, and they fought for each other, and they've never once wavered in the belief that they could get results. And so I love this team for that. I think we made some really good choices in the players we had to choose from with the expansion draft. We really looked at the character because I knew that we might not be a team that gets to a championship this year. But I knew that we would build some excellence over time with the right kind of character people in it, much like we've built the Dynamo. So that was kind of the model, and I love what we have with that right now.
Especially you guys being, like you said, involved with the Dynamo, being involved in MLS, and starting to have success now. I mean, hopefully your team in Portland are like going to open the book up for other teams to start doing what you're doing.
Well, I think we need more. We need more MLS teams coming on board. So if they're out there watching, let's appeal to them to get involved in the women's game because – you know, I think with 2 previous leagues not making it, we certainly want this one to survive. And I think the business model for the MLS teams to get involved with the NWSL now makes a lot of sense financially for the MLS team. So hopefully we will see whether there's expansion this coming year or not because of the World Cup. There may not be, but hopefully, you know, after that we'll get more teams on board.
Especially with the ESPN deal that helps you guys up so much.
Well, I think that's a huge thing. I know some of the coaches and management was upset that, you know, Houston and Portland got on so many of those games, but I think it's you know, as a league we want to showcase our facilities and our crowds, and fortunately us in Portland are the ones drawing very well, and then the facility's gorgeous, and you don't want to show a field with football lines on it and everything else, you know. So I was happy that we got the games on there to get the exposure that we could, but I think it's great for the league.
Moving forward, look at the World Cup's coming up. You got any picks beside U.S.? Any favorites at all? I'll have to ask you a little trivia on that.
Yeah, no, well, obviously we're all rooting for Jurgen and his team to do well, and I know they're in a tough group, but I tell you what, we've all been through these before, and you know anything can happen in tournament play, so I wouldn't count us out of making a little deeper run than people expect. But I think in South America, you've got to look to a South American team. As much as I like maybe even somebody like a Belgium to be a surprise, or you've got to always like the Germans, they're going to be in it, but I think in South America, you know, if Brazil can handle the pressure of playing at home, and, you know, who knows, there may be one of those other South American countries that come around and make a good run at the end.
Well, thank you for your time, Coach, and safe travels back to Houston.
Okay, thank you.